What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon. The channel is Dead Planet. I am the one-man show. You and I are going up to the Goodwill outlet. Now, I'll tell you, when I came back from this trip to the Goodwill bins, I wasn't really feeling that great about the prospects of the items that I sourced until I started to crunch the numbers. But there's a couple of items here that I'm really going to need your help on. So please, where you can, chime in here. And I strongly encourage you to stay all the way through to the end. You will see why in just a second. And yes, that is Austin Powers. I have anybody that watches me in Buffalo or the New York area that is getting pummeled with snow right now. Shout out to you folks. Let me know if you're in the area, how everything is going over there. All right, first thing I'm going to grab here, no brainer. Carhartt. I think this size is 18 months here. Little Sherpa lined pink jacket. Is it 18? Yeah, 18 months. We got a couple of smudges here. I might throw this in the wash, try to get those out. This garment might actually go into a wholesale lot for one of you folks. This is going to be a very easy $25 sale here. So I'm not sure. I might toss this in the wash. One of the things I like to make sure of when we got small garments like this for little kids is to make sure there's no boogers on the sleeves. I mean, let's get real here. So those sleeves were clean, making it a lot easier to just kind of wash and bring a little bit cleaner, but the inside Sherpa lined portion of that jacket, very, very clean. So that's a great pickup, pretty easy here. But the rotations have been so slow here, and maybe it's a combination of them just being slow and me not getting lucky. Like this hat here, this is a vintage Oakland A's hat, outdoor cap. It's actually not a bolo. I couldn't find anything decent price-wise, and I don't wash hats or have a specific process for washing hats, so I'm not going to bother with that, even especially if I can only get $10 for that one, because it just didn't look, based on comparable research, that it was worth picking up. So I'm going to pass that up. But yeah, everything's kind of small and light this trip here, and not much in this rotation. A lot of picked over bins here, so we're just going to move on. This looked like a vintage shirt here, but it's like a local Union, Columbus, Ohio thing, so we passed up on that guy here. And I got a garment. Yeah, I'm going to need your help on this one here, because the brand is fantastic, not Croft & Barrow, at least not that garment here. So this is Dior. It's Dior separates. Now, first thing first here, you can see it's 60% mohair, some acrylic, but what style am I working with here? What do we call this? I don't know, and I'm gonna need help. It's orange, it's beautiful, the timing is proper. But in even Christian Dior separates, there's only 10 listed right now using that keyword, and only 3 garments have sold in the last 90 days. I even went into Terapeak, and I don't see much of anything in the way of Dior separates. We have a little bit of an issue here because this garment is dry clean only, and there's a little teeny stain right there, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out, but I'm going to need a lot of help here. What style are we dealing with here? How can I get what looks to be a little bit of a stain out on the shoulder there? And then, price wise, not knowing any better, I'm going to price it at $75 because I see some separates selling for a high dollar amount, but no sweaters. Usually it's just, this is an essential polo shirt right here, but most of it is jackets and like suit bottoms. So no real sweaters to go on there, but color is great. Timing for that color with Thanksgiving coming up, probably pretty good. So I'm gonna need a lot of help on that one because I just really don't know what I'm doing here. So kind of like a slowish day customer wise, but definitely slow rotation wise. So all right, next thing I'm gonna pick up here is, and these are the picked over shoes, but this brand, the only thing I like about the brand Salomon is, based on my experience, they take a beating and still go strong. So these have to be, washed, cleaned. The insoles need some work. We're going to take a look at what these shoes look like after they've come out of the wash at the end of this video, show you how we touched them up a little bit. But the style is Wild Cross. They're a woman's size 9.5. I think the most appropriate price for these is going to be $30. These actually sell much better brand new, based on the research that I did, than they do pre-owned. There's only one pre-owned sold in the last 90 days for this style, the Wild Cross style. But Salomon, you can beat these things to a pulp usually, and they still go strong. So next thing here, a pair of Converse. These looked good on the surface, but once I did the research, I couldn't find this style selling at all, even in just the regular app, checking the last 90 days of solds, and then going into Terapeak and looking for a full year's worth. So passed up on those. I also, FYI, this is a pair of Allbirds. I do not pick up wool runners anymore, even at the bins. There are 5,500 wool runners currently listed, both men and women, for this brand, and only 1,700 have sold in the last 90 days. It's the slowest Allbirds style. I will pick up every other style, but I no longer pick up wool runners. I leave them, even finding them at the bins, because they just don't sell for a satisfactory price for me, and they don't sell fast enough. And I'm not one to sit on a style for too long. I think I have like maybe 5 or 6 wool runners in my inventory right now. I have to check to be exact, but they just sit and kind of collect dust, and I think I can move the other styles much faster. So I'm leaving them. Even if they're worth $15, I'm leaving them. I don't want to deal with it. I think Allbirds is going to die a slow death. So just my opinion. Next here is Crocs. This is a really different style. I've never seen this before. Springy is the style on these. They're women's size 9 black. These also have to be cleaned up, so we'll take a look at how they came out of the wash at the end here. I thought maybe there were some loose thread strands here on the back, but no problem there. No actual separation, so they're still in really good shape. So those got to be cleaned up, and not many listed, but another easy seller, even though we're approaching winter. I'm going to price those at $30. I think they will probably land in the $25 range, but Crocs, man, sleeper hit of the year for me, since I didn't sell any last year. Always pick up Vibram 5 fingers if you can find them in good condition. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't find the match to that one, so we had to throw that one back into the pond and move over to the bags and hats. I was going to pick up this Tampa Bay Devil Rays visor. They are now the Tampa Bay Rays. They removed the term devil from their branding, and this is vintage also, but I left it behind. I couldn't find anything that really made sense for me to pick up. I'm going to grab this North Face hat here. It's like a denim style, but I'm going to need help here, because once you see when I flip this hat over, there is a lot of makeup on the interior brim there. So for those of you that have cleaned this before, what do I do here? I mean, regular soap and water, in my pea brain, like that's what I would use. But if there's a better way to clean the inside of that hat like that, I think I need to clean it up a little bit more. It's a $15 bolo, nothing huge, and a really nice style hat. I'll take great pictures, but how do you clean the inside of that? I've never had to do that before, and so this is where teacher becomes the student. I'm going to need your help again there, and thank you in advance for anyone that has a good suggestion on how to clean that. All right, hats came out in a rotation. I grabbed a couple here. American Needle fitted Browns hats. Not the greatest bolo, but I've seen this style sell before. There's a strap back version of this hat too. I think I'm going to just list that one for probably $35. That's a real stretch. This Columbia hat here, this is a punch bowl trucker hat, brand new with tags. Somebody gave this to me actually. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for giving that to me. I'm going to list that for $25. And then Ohio Dominican, a very small local school here. This is the game, the strap or split bar hat. I'm going to list that at $30. Nobody's representing that school. And then Essential Patagonia beige winter beanie, $20 on that one. So let's head home and take a look at some of these garments and some of these shoes a little bit more up close. All right, a little bit of a closer look on the separates here. There's the little mark right there. Can I just use like a damp cloth and try to wipe that here? I don't really know how to clean this garment, so polling the audience, need help, but it is a really beautiful piece that I'm sure will sell. But yeah, I'd like to know how to get that out first. Let's take a look at the 2 pairs of shoes. Here's the Wild Cross. They came out pretty nice. The sun's out. I don't know how well you guys can see this. I'm trying to get out of the way of the shadows here. I even took out the insoles just to show you how nicely those came out, because they looked like they were kind of beat up in store. Just a really quick wash cycle, and they're looking pretty clean. These look really nice. Like I said, maybe $30 on those. And then finally, the Crocs Springy. These didn't come out as clean as I thought they would. I might just give them a little bit more of a rub down before I photograph them and I list them. But really overall, compared to what they looked like at the bins, these came out pretty nice as well. So we'll list those for $30. We're gonna list those for $30. Now I got some extra in-store bonus footage for you, some stuff that I couldn't fit into another video. Now I know some of you do not have access to the Goodwill bins or the Goodwill outlets, and that's kind of a bummer. I'm going to a store at the end of the day here. This is just a regular Goodwill, like local store. And the thing that I notice is, like, for every item that Goodwill marks up, they miss 3 at like a minimum. And so if you are going to have longevity in reselling, you should get good at just finding the basic looking items that they don't recognize that have a ton of value. This is a perfect example of that. This bat sat there all day. It's a like ceramic composite Easton bat. This bat will sell anywhere from $85 to $185. And I want to show this as encouragement to you folks that it's out there, it's in the stores, no matter how high they mark prices up. Go and get in there and find these items. I promise you they are sitting on the shelves waiting for you to find. Do not get discouraged when you're watching YouTubers with like seemingly all of this success. Those big money, bolo, under the radar items are sitting on those shelves waiting for you to grab them. Go get it. All right, so my total listed value for all of the items that I sourced at the Goodwill bins comes to $285, but the best part about all of that is it only cost me $7.56 to source those items. Now, if you have stayed all the way through and you are still listening to me, I have a subscriber-only giveaway. I just recently sourced this really clean Patagonia mesh trucker hat with the trout on the front. I see these selling anywhere from $10 pre-owned all the way up to $40. This one's in fantastic condition, so I know what I would list it at if I were you, but I'm giving it away to you absolutely free. So make sure you are a subscriber to the channel. I'm very close to 10,000. Hit the like button on this video. I think that helps in the YouTube algorithm. I can't really confirm or deny that. I don't really know any better. And then leave me a comment. Any comment will do that will automatically enter you into the giveaway. I'm going to ship this out to you absolutely free as a thank you for always watching. Brendan here, Dad Planet, the One Man Show. I'll see you in the next video.